Coming to the format of comparative income statement. Now students, the format appears like this. On the top you will write comparative income statement, or we can write comparative profit and loss account. Of here the name of the company or the businessman would appear. For the year ending dash and dash, that means the 2 years for which we are actually comparing the performance. Now coming to the format, we have particulars column wherein all the particulars which are being compared would be entered. Then we have a column for previous year figures, current year figures, and the last two columns here represent changes. These changes can be in absolute terms, that is in the terms of money, or the second column is for percentage changes, that is the percentage change represented by these absolute changes. Now students, the format goes like this. The first item here is gross sales. From it we will subtract minus or deduct sales return. In case they are given in the question. Once we have deducted it, we will get net sales. Now students, out of net sales, we will deduct cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. Once you have deducted it, we will get gross profit. Out of this figure of gross profit that will be calculated or that would come after deducting all these expenses, we will deduct less all the operating expenses. Operating expenses. Now students, these operating expenses would be actually your indirect expenses. Or those expenses which are actually shown in profit and loss account. Remember and recall what we had studied in 11th, all the direct expenses are shown in the trading account. Direct expenses would appear here while calculating gross profit, they would be deducted here. Whereas all the indirect expenses would be deducted out of the gross profit, and once we deduct them, we will get net operating profit. Now students, out of this net operating profit, we will deduct non-operating expenses, or we call them as other expenses as well. EXP represents expenses here. Then to this we will add non-operating incomes. Once all this is done, we will come to net profit before tax. And lastly, from this deduct income tax and we will get profit after tax. This would be the final result. Remember, those figures or those particulars which are not there in the question can be ignored altogether. Now let's say sales return is not there, so you will start directly from net sales.